Yo, what's up, family? Your boy's been pretty busy. Not gonna lie, track season just picked back up. I'm out there coaching these kids. It's a lot going on. But, it's not an excuse. So in today's video, we'll be looking at more creepy and strange TikToks. What the heck is this? Oh, I thought we was just watching a movie. We got a UFO watching a movie too. Just imagine that. You see a little UFO. No one's watching it but you because everyone's watching the movie. Don't it look like Frieza's ship? All my Dragon Ball Z fans, you got like the little dot in the middle with the lights all around it. Ain't that what it looked like? Was they trying to tell us something in Dragon Ball Z? I don't know.
Here we go. Check this out, guys. For some reason, a lot of people, younger people, have been carrying around these jugs filled with, what's it say, mystery drinks. Looks like the police have quite a collection on their hands of emptying those containers. Back to blue, baby. Interesting.
Wait. The world may be run by satanic lizard people, but guess who's still got to work tomorrow? It's messed up, right?
I keep telling you, these people are lying to us about dolphins. These people are lying to us about mermaids. There is a reason why it is illegal to speak to dolphins. So a man in Fort Myers, Florida said he was kidnapped by dolphins. You heard what I just said? A man in Fort Myers, Florida was kidnapped by dolphins. This man said that these dolphins took him underwater. This man said that these dolphins were gonna have him build an underwater city. Now we're gonna say allegedly. This man was found sunburned and disoriented. They're saying that when they found him, he was drawing blueprints of what these dolphins had him building in the sand. This is everything in detail right here. Screenshot it. Read it. This man...
Screenshot it. Read it. I don't know what happened with this man, but do y'all think that dolphins can kidnap people? Okay, where did they take him, and how is he able to even breathe underneath the water? For like, I mean, like, unless they like got supersonic speed or something, and they took him in like what's that movie, Gone in 60 Seconds with Nicolas Cage? They took him Gone in 60 Seconds to wherever they was gone. Because I mean, try to hold your breath right now. See how long you can hold your breath for. I don't know. Maybe I should read this. Maybe there's some more details in here, but we're just gonna watch it. I'll let y'all screenshot and read that.
Man was gone for 3 days. Mind you, the details he told about that underwater city is crazy. Every question they asked this man about the situation, he answered. Asked this man, how did he breathe underwater? He told them that. They asked this man, how did he communicate? He told them that. And as far-fetched as this sounds, this don't sound far-fetched at all. There are stories where people say mermen have taken them underwater to the same type of underwater cities. Just like in the video I said before, when they're taken underwater, they're taken to be a slave. This man said the same thing about these dolphins. Then you got to jump down the dolphin rabbit hole. Again, why is it illegal for us to speak to dolphins? What do dolphins know that they don't want us to know? This man said that these dolphins released him and let him go because he did exactly what they wanted him to do. But they will be back because they just might need him to do more things. Y'all better pay attention.
You don't question Gerald. You don't question Gerald. Listen, guys. How many of you have kids out there? And if you don't have kids, how many of you have watched SpongeBob as a kid? Or as an adult, I guess. Who is the king of Bikini Bottom? The god of Bikini Bottom? Who is it? What kind of being is it? It's a dolphin. I wonder if his name is Gerald. I don't know. But you don't mess with Gerald.
Stay away from the waters, man. Stay away from the waters.
Yo, when I tell you we are land beings as humans. As in our current form. I ain't insinuating that we can switch forms, but in our current form, we are land beings. There probably was another form who could go underwater, breathe underwater. with the help of Gerald. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think.
So basically what happened in Florida, there was a man found at like on the shore of a beach, dehydrated, disheveled, right? The sheriffs came and picked him up, right? As soon as they picked him up, they said he was like super dehydrated, all messed up. He started drawing diagrams. He said he saw these diagrams whenever he got kidnapped by dolphins. He said these dolphins kidnapped him and took him 40 feet underwater to where they were building this underwater city. He said this
is 40 feet like that far? Like, I mean, I know it's a little bit of a distance, but I've seen people jump 40 feet, triple jump. They did it 3 times, but I've seen them jump 50 feet. So it's like the length of a bus, something like that. I don't know. But they got a whole city just 40 feet underground. Why haven't we seen this?
These dolphins had a leader. The leader dolphin, his name was Gerald. It's not funny.
Yes, it is.
So
Gerald?
Yes. And so he said that they communicated with him in clicks. Yes. And he said, and so obviously you're thinking, how the hell was he 40 feet underwater and could breathe?
Yeah.
He said that they built these water bubbles around him for him to breathe.
Gerald built the human Floridian man a water apparatus
to breathe. And basically they kept him down there to help build this underwater city. He said it was like hours they kept him down there. And he said,
"Oh, that's a piece of city you're knocking it out in 3 hours." I go, Gerald, you don't got better blueprints than this? The
That's
hell?
crazy.
I'm talking about it.
No. Hey, I didn't think about it like that. But he did say 3 days, not 3 hours. I mean, you build a whole city in 3 hours. That is, like you said, a little sandbox city. Man, what y'all think about these dolphins, though? I don't know, man. There's all type of stories of dolphins. There's like stories of fishermen, ancient stories, too. There's like, this is kind of a stretch, but there was a story of like one of the first gods or humans coming to Earth in the womb of a dolphin. Y'all got to do your own research. I can't even tell you where I found that at or how I have that knowledge. But yeah, y'all got to do your own research.
AI, artificial intelligence, the missing link between computers and human thought.
You mean machines that think?
Yes, and with a will of their own. They could process raw data 1 million times faster than we, yet still be able to make the leaps of intuition that inspired our greatest minds.
Sounds as if the human race would become quite expendable. Except for butlers, of course.
Of course.
Except for butlers, of course. Everybody knows about AI. I think there was a plan to put AI in place years ago. Years ago. Pay attention to the sphere. Everything you know is wrong. Japan. Whoa. You see how fast this is going? Yo, if anyone was able to catch all of those words, leave them in the comment section because they are going pretty fast. And let's see if we can actually decipher this message. It was going even faster. Yo. Yo, that's too fast. Yo, work is the blackmail of survival. There's some crazy messages on here, man. There's some crazy ones. It's giving me like goosebumps and sending chills down my spine. I don't know if that's for any of y'all, but maybe it's just me. What's the V for? 555 VVV? What is it?
We've been hearing a lot.
We've been seeing a lot of words. We've been hearing a lot, but we've been seeing a lot of different words on that sphere. That's crazy, ain't it? Like, all right, there's a lot of stuff, such as we are victims of ourselves. And I think what they're like, kind of like, you got to decode it because there's different colors for different words. And I think if you put the colors of the words together, you might be able to get a sentence. I could be wrong, but let's try it out.
A lot of scary shit about Ellen DeGeneres since the pandemic hit. And anytime somebody mentions her name as something that sounds like a conspiracy, most likely people are going to believe it. So a man is claiming that when he was a kid, he was a guest on Ellen DeGeneres' show. And while he was there, he seen her do some unhuman, scary shit. So this man was a child prodigy chess player. He was a guest on Ellen DeGeneres' show. He said he did the show and everything went well. But when he got off set, he seen something that he never thought he would ever see in his life. He said he came off set, looked to his right, and saw that Ellen DeGeneres' dressing room was cracked open just a little bit. He saw her in there, and what he saw scared him for the rest of his life. He said Ellen was eating a chicken, a rotisserie chicken. But it wasn't that she was eating a chicken, it was how she was eating the chicken. He said he saw Ellen DeGeneres dislocate her whole jaw, open her mouth as wide as it can go, and stuff the whole chicken in her mouth. You heard what I just said? This man said he saw Ellen DeGeneres open her mouth as wide as she can, dislocate her jaw, and stuff a rotisserie chicken in her mouth and swallowed it.
I need to call Ellen. Yo, could you imagine?
On go. Then she looked at him and she made a hissing sound. You know what that means, right? Of course, after seeing that, he had to be scared. He ran to his dressing room, told his mother, and his mother didn't believe him. This shit sound crazy. Jump in the comments and tell me what you think. Because this is not the first time people was told stories about Ellen. We're going to jump down this rabbit hole on the Expensive Everything podcast on YouTube. See y'all Tuesday.
Restrict. I'm going anyway. No, I'm handicapped.
What's that say at the top? Y'all know what those Hebrew letters mean? Anybody? Any translators, decipherers? Is it in gold or is that new? A lot of, like I said, the old world, it was different. It was different. I feel like there were multiple resets. I feel like there were people who survived resets and then kind of took advantage of the time that they were in. And there might be people who caused the resets. You get what I'm saying? And then took advantage of what was here. Like imagine if you're here on this world and there's a people who are in power, or this grand society of people with all of this knowledge and gold and wealth and all of this, right? But you don't really have that. Right? These people are in charge. And you're kind of tired of them being in charge. So then you and your little people go to the side, your little secret society, and you figure out how to get rid of them. And you start to reset. And then now you and your people take over what they had, and then you start to populate certain areas, incubator babies, things like that. And from there, you start to reinvent and rewrite history, and you start to sell what was already here as new and create a whole new storyline. You know what I'm saying? Like you just stumbled across what was already here. And that's why things have digressed so much from then to now. The minds of the people, the inventions that we make. I mean, we do have like phones, technology, things like that. But yet, that's like the only area in which we are advancing is just tech. Nowhere else are we advancing. So it kind of makes sense. I don't know. Like I said, these things confuse me.
Oh, nigga, I can't be doing all that walking. But look at this, man. In gold. Boy, that shit shining so hard. You know that's real gold. What the hell did that say up there?
Yahweh, Jehovah, probably Jehovah.
But that's gold too. Look at the clock. Why is my camera blurring?
Pay attention very closely, y'all. What is going on above us? This is in Dallas, Texas, March 15th, about 10 days ago. Sorry if some of these videos are kind of old. Like I said, I've been away. Oh, you see it up there? It's all type of stuff in the sky, y'all. I don't know what's really going on. Ain't no way. They out here building a sphinx. That's what it looks like. Looks like they're trying to build a sphinx. And then they're going to put it in the history books. It was already here.
ABC News has updated its story from yesterday, clarifying that the FBI report on Iran possibly striking California was unverified. Does Iran even have the ability to conduct such a strike?
Ultimately, I look at the reports on a daily basis of our interagencies all over it.
He wanted to say ultimately, yes, but he couldn't. He had to start going into some detail.
Partners across government are all over looking for indications and warnings, keeping the American people safe. There's a lot of things Iran has said it can do for a long time, thankfully, including engaging their proxies and getting them involved in the fight, which they haven't been able to do. So we're watching that very closely.
I think we're in a media war, to be honest. Like, just go outside, and does it feel like you're at war? Go talk to your neighbors, your coworkers, and does it actually feel like we're at war? It doesn't. But the moment you open up your phone and go onto some social media or whatever media you can get your hands onto, there's tons of them nowadays, you see war. So then you start to think, oh yeah, we're in war. And then you start to say, oh, we're winning the war. And it's just like, it's just like a media war. Can we convince these people? That's why you have the president who's making memes. We're in the meme war. Not want to be at the top floor of that building.
Okay, so now meteors just falling in the damn lake.
Wait, what?
Loud. You can't make this up.
A meteor fell in the lake, huh? There's all type of meteors being in this. Look, here's another one. Ohio, Tel Aviv. This was in February. Yeah, future kids won't believe that. It is crazy to think we got drones up here now cleaning buildings. Man, times have changed, haven't they?
Florida man claims to have been kidnapped by dolphins and forced to build an underwater city. The man was found early Monday morning on the side of a beach in Lee County, soaking wet, dehydrated, and confused. When deputies arrived, he was drawing detailed diagrams in the sand. According to the man, a pod of dolphins took him while he was swimming and brought him to a place about 40 feet under the surface. He said they forced him to help build underwater structures. He told deputies the dolphins communicated with him using clicks. He said the group had a leader named Gerald who somehow helped him breathe underwater, possibly by creating an airspace. The man spent 3 days working on what he described as cities, towns, and condo-like structures. When the dolphins were satisfied with his work, they sent him back to the surface and told him they would return for phase 2.
Hey, dolphins got some sharp teeth, yo. I don't know if I want to swim with some dolphins. No, that's a fact. See, there's meteors in San Fran. All over the world, people are seeing these. And now this is even in Germany. This is like another one of those UFOs that we've seen recently, right? Or is that the same one? You know, I wish we can get a much detailed or more detailed picture. What is it, that ET? Huh. Yo, are there people here? So this was in Ohio on 3/17. And then on 3/23, another one. And where's this one at? We seeing meteors everywhere, every other day. Are they actually meteors, though? That's my question. And what's this?
That's interesting.
Bruh.
A little bit.
This in
Why would
Texas.
it go down like that? They're still moving too. And that one's decelerating. Do you see that one? It just split into two.
What's happening?
Loki and his people's here. Thanos then made it to the world. So what do you do when you see something like this? Do you just sit there and stare at it and record? Like, I low-key would be a little spooked. Like, what if it zapped me or something like that? I don't know. That's just my mind, I guess. I'd be like looking behind something. Like, yo, what if it sees me?
So you mean to tell me that NASA is just not paying attention to meteors anymore? Yesterday, a meteor slammed through a woman's house in Houston, Texas. Mind you, earlier this week, a meteor in Ohio, moving 45,000 miles an hour, weighing almost 17,000 pounds, caused a sonic boom heard in multiple different states. None of this seems odd to you? Look at this shit. Look at that right there.
I don't know what this is.
So NASA didn't know anything about this? Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Mind you, multiple meteors falling out the sky.
Look at that.
Wasn't just reported in Houston and Ohio. It's been reported in multiple different states. They're saying that people saw a bright fireball explode in the sky in Texas. Mind you, this is another meteor that weighed about a ton. This is another meteor that was moving faster than we can imagine. They said this meteor was moving at 35,000 miles an hour. And I'm guessing that's slow too. This is what landed in that lady's home. We're going to look at that one more time. This is what landed in that lady's home. This is not as random as people think.
Another astrophysicist mysteriously disappears, and it happens right after classified information about UFOs and aliens being real was leaked by our president. There is a general named Neil McCaslins. He lived in Albuquerque, and it has now been almost multiple weeks since this astrophysicist, a general in the Air Force, has just vanished without a trace at 68 years old. And it happened right after Donald Trump decided to break the news, which we already knew, about aliens and UFOs. But what makes this so suspicious is the circumstances surrounding his disappearance and how the first thing the Air Force scrambled to say was that he absolutely did not have information about UFOs and classified special weapons development in the Air Force with this alien technology. Why would the Air Force, instead of addressing the circumstances of him going missing, jump to tell everyone he doesn't know anything about the mysterious aliens Donald Trump has been talking about? He also knows nothing about these classified weapons that we're telling you aren't real. Well, This astrophysicist was actually studying some very, very interesting stuff and had high-level clearance to UFO intelligence as it pertains to the Air Force because he was a specialized weapons development. Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio, is the place that's rumored to have fragments of actual UFO crafts, weapons, and different information and technology that is explicitly high-level clearance of the Air Force. This is where this astrophysicist oversaw a large program where he was in specialist development of these weapons before he disappeared. This specific base that he worked at as an astrophysicist, what do you think they were rumored to have? Where did these UFO pieces come from? Oh, the Roswell, Mexico crash. Why would the Air Force, instead of addressing the circumstances of him going missing, jump to tell everyone he doesn't know anything about the mysterious aliens Donald Trump has been talking about? He also knows nothing about these classified weapons that we're telling you aren't real. Where is Mr. McCaslin? Where did Mr. General go?
Tonight, the urgent search after the mysterious disappearance of a retired Major General who once commanded the Air Force Research Laboratory overseeing cutting-edge technology. Authorities say 68-year-old William McCaslin left his New Mexico home nearly 2 weeks ago and hasn't been seen since. Authorities say...
Man's went to another dimension or something. He figured something out. That's why he's gone. Can't nobody find him.
McCaslin likely left on foot, leaving his cell phone behind, and they're concerned for his safety because of unspecified medical issues. Late today, authorities released this photo of McCaslin, saying he may have been wearing the same green shirt when he vanished. They say his hiking boots, wallet, and a revolver with a leather holster were also missing from the home. Over the weekend, search and rescue teams, along with the FBI, returned to trails McCaslin hiked near his home. They say a shirt was found there, but it's not clear whether it belonged to him. Before his retirement in 2013, Major General McCaslin held some of the most sensitive positions in the military, working on space research and reconnaissance, and he later worked briefly as an unpaid consultant for a group researching UFOs.
McCaslin's wife says on social media she doubts his military background is related to his disappearance here. Police say so far there is no evidence of any foul play. They are asking for the public's help to try to find him. Trevor Ault, ABC News, Los Angeles.
What do you think happened with this guy? Do you think he got abducted by a UFO? Do you think that the government came for him and thought that he had too much knowledge? Maybe he found out some information that he shouldn't have figured out. Maybe he has skipped timelines and jumped to another dimension or something. Maybe he figured things out that we couldn't figure out. There are stories of people doing that. Time travelers, things like that. People with masks and just vanishing, leaving footprints, and then they just stop. It's like they just disappeared. So there's all type of situations and scenarios and stories of people vanishing, and we don't know where they are. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. But yeah, these are some of the most creepy and strange TikToks that are out there. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bells on, and until next time, YouTube, peace.